No matter what your lifestyle's resolution, maintaining a healthy and balanced diet will have a number of advantages for your health today and the future. What we eat and drink can impact both how well our bodies are able to fight against infections, as well as our risk of future health issues like obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and various cancers. The precise components of a healthy diet will depend on a variety of circumstances, including our age, level of activity, and the types of foods that are accessible in our local regions. However, there are some universal food recommendations that can help us live longer and a healthier life. In this video, we're going to share with you some of those foods you should be eating and others to avoid. By the way, hit the like button in appreciation and subscribe to the channel. This is the only way you can support and encourage us to pull out much more informative videos on health tips and tricks. Let's get started with the list of foods. Number 1. Consume a variety of foods. Except for breast milk for newborns, our bodies are extraordinarily complex, and no single food includes all the nutrients we require for optimal body function. In order to keep us healthy and strong, our diets must include a wide variety of fresh and nourishing foods. Here are a few tips for a healthy diet. Include a variety of staple foods such as wheat, maize, rice, and potatoes, as well as legumes such as lentils and beans, as well as lots of fresh fruit and vegetables such as meat, fish, eggs, and milk. Whenever possible, choose whole grain foods such as unprocessed maize, millet, oats, wheat, and brown rice. These foods are high in beneficial fiber and can keep you full for longer. Avoid consuming snacks that are full of sugar, fat, or salt, and replace them with raw vegetables, unsalted almonds, and fresh fruit. Number 2. Reduce your salt intake. Increased blood pressure is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. It can be caused by an excessive salt intake. The majority of people in the globe consume twice as much salt recommended, which is 5 grams or 1 teaspoon per day. Even if we don't add more salt to our food, we should be aware that it is frequently added in large amounts to processed foods and beverages. Here are a few tips for lowering salt consumption. Use less salt and less salty sauces and condiments when preparing and cooking food, such as soy sauce, stock, or fish sauce. Try to choose fresh, healthy snacks over processed ones and stay away from salty snacks. When using dried or canned fruit, nuts, or veggies, seek versions without added sugar or salt. Take salt and salty condiments off the table and avoid adding them out of habit. Once your taste buds have adjusted, you'll probably prefer food that has less salt but more flavor. Read food labels carefully and choose items with less salt. Number 3. Reduce consumption of fat and oils. Each person needs a certain amount of fat in their diet, but consuming too much of the improper kinds of fat raises the risk of obesity, heart disease, and stroke. The most harmful trans fats are those made industrially. This type of fat has been proven to increase the risk of heart disease by about 30% in diets heavy in it. Here are some tips for cutting back on fats and oil. Use healthier oils instead of butter, lard, and ghee like soybean, canola or rapeseed, corn, safflower, and sunflower. Limit your intake of processed meats and choose instead for white meats like poultry and fish, which are often lower in fat than red meat. Instead of frying food, try steaming or boiling it. Always read the labels and stay away from any processed, fried, or quick food that contains trans fat made in a factory. It can frequently be found in ghee, margarine, fast meals, packaged snacks, and baked and fried foods. Number 4. Reduce your sugar intake. In addition to being harmful for our teeth, consuming too much sugar raises the risk of obesity and unhealthful weight gain, both of which can result in serious, long-term health issues. Like with salt, it's crucial to be aware of how much sugar is hidden in processed foods and beverages. For instance, a single soda can have up to 10 teaspoons of extra sugar in it. Limit your consumption of sweets and sugary beverages, including fizzy drinks, fruit juices and juice drinks, liquid and powder concentrated, flavor-flavored water, energy and sports drinks, ready-to-drink tea and coffee, and milk drinks with added flavors. Choose from fresh, healthful snacks rather than processed ones. Keep sugary foods away from kids. When serving supplementary foods to children younger than 2 years old, salt and sugar should not be added and should be kept to a minimum after that. Number 5. Avoid harmful alcohol consumption. Overall, excessive or regular drinking raises your risk of suffering an acute harm as well as more serious long-term consequences such liver damage, cancer, heart disease, and mental illness. Alcohol is not a necessary component of a healthy diet. According to the World Health Organization, there is no such thing as a safe level of alcohol intake. And for many people, even moderate alcohol usage can have a negative impact on their health. Keep in mind that drinking less alcohol is always better for your health, and quitting altogether is quite acceptable. Here are some cases where you should not drink alcohol at all. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, if you are operating machinery or engaging in other activities that pose similar dangers which might have health issues as alcohol may be exacerbated. If you are taking medications that directly interact with alcohol or have trouble managing your consumption. You have seen 5 ways you can eat healthier to take control of your diet. Whatever how might be your condition of life, it is highly advisable to be careful of what and how you're eating for your overall health and well-being. If this video brings value for you, consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the like button and the notification bell so that you don't miss out any of the next video uploaded. Remember, your health is your priority. I'll see you in the next informative episode.